Alright guys, welcome back to KOTOR 1. We are still on the Leviathan. My last part was getting a little bit long and I got distracted, so I'm back. That looks like it's going to lead somewhere important. This also does too. I see. Alright, I think this is it. Shit.
Very resourceful. I assume you had some part in this. You learned your lessons well from me.
The only thing you taught me was betrayal and death, Saul.
Don't be a fool. I'm giving you and your companions a chance to surrender, a chance to live. Darth Malak himself is on his way. He'll be arriving any moment.
He speaks the truth, Koth. I can feel the Dark Lord's presence approaching.
Malak will destroy you. But if you throw down your weapons now, I will ask my master to be merciful.
I've seen enough of Sith mercy.
You always did like to do things the hard way. Lord Malak would have preferred live prisoners, but corpses will have to do.
Oh shit.
I'm here.
Yeah, first order of business, shield up.
What?
Down you!
Throwing insanity. Karth is easily the one who's suited to this.
What
Ready.
can I do?
What?
Oh fuck. Well, main character already dead. That's not good. I don't think Bastila could. She's already out of force points too. I'm gonna get a chance. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't take off our shields if we use shields before we go in there.
I'm here.
Ready.
tricky, tricky. So, we know that we might lose our buffs going into this room, but it's worth a shot.
What can I do?
What?
What?
Very resourceful. Don't.
He's...
You.
Yeah, see how it literally just took away all of our buffs? Why am I at half health already?
Yes? I'm here.
Ready?
Yes?
Yes?
What can I do?
What?
You asked for this! You asked for this!
Karth is in the back struggling with a single soldier.
Ready?
What can I do?
Time to rumble!
Let's make this quick.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that? You asked for this!
Little guy.
Karth.
The Admiral. He's still alive.
It's time to finish this. Don't you understand what this man has done to my life? Do you know the pain he's brought me?
Killing him won't ease the pain, Karth. Do not become what you despise.
Karth. Must tell you something. Come closer. You didn't know, did you? Remember my dying words. Remember them whenever you look at those you thought were your friends.
He's gone. He said it can't be true, can it? No, it can't. Damn you, Saul. Damn you. Bastel, it is true, isn't it? And you knew. You and the whole damn Jedi Council, you knew the whole time.
Karth, it's not what you think. We had no other choice. Please, you don't understand.
So make me understand.
Not here, Karth. Please, there's no time. Malak is coming. This isn't the place. Please, Karth, I'm asking you to trust me for just a little while longer.
Okay, I'll trust you, Bastila, but as soon as we're off this ship, I expect some answers.
Of course, Karth. As soon as we get to the Ebon Hawk, I'll explain everything. To both of you, I promise.
A lot of credits. Just what we hear from Saul.
I'm
You
here.
How'd you like that?
What can I do?
Oh, yeah, we need these battle stems. Probably gonna need that for the next part. Destination programmed. I don't know why I'm buffing them. The buff is going to go away when we step into the room. It's another one of the bugs in this game. Alright, command deck. Here we go. Damn, I got so many med packs.
Let's go!
Participating team. Shit. Alright.
Iskanderus, we took care of the guards. We're inside the Ebon Hawk and all systems are go. As soon as you guys join us, we can get out of here.
Yes?
Down you go!
What?
Oh my god, the fact that that worked is so funny. Let's go with the cheaper guys.
Yes?
Ready?
How'd you like that?
I know this seems like a lot of saving. I'm just doing it real quick. Okay, this is a lot of fellas. This is a lot of fellas. Can they be stunned by both stasis field and force lightning? Or by stasis field and
What?
Alright, now that we got their ass. There's a lot more enemies than I remember, to be honest. Pretty cool mission, though. There are some parts that are still difficult, even though you can mop a lot of the enemies. That was one of the reasons I didn't want to raise the difficulty, because, you know, you can handle a lot of encounters pretty well, but the ones that you can't, like the ones you can't, that are like the boss encounters, making those harder would be tough. Make sure I got everything. If a cutscene triggers, I think we lose all our buffs anyway. Make sure there's nothing down here. Hey, there's our ship. Here it is. The Dark Lord.
Darth Malak.
Down you go!
I hope you weren't thinking of leaving so soon, Bastila. I've spent far too much energy hunting down you and your companions to let you get away from me now. Besides, I had to see for myself if it was true. Even now, I can hardly believe my eyes. Tell me, why did the Jedi spare you? Is it vengeance you seek at this reunion?
So what do you guys think this is? I mean, let's find out.
What? You mean you don't know? All this time and you still haven't figured it out. I wonder how long you would have stayed blind to the truth. Surely some of what you once were must have surfaced by now. Even the combined power of the Jedi Council couldn't keep your true identity buried forever, could it?
The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes.
The Council would not normally accept an adult for training, but this is a special case.
They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity.
Tatooine. Kashyyyk. Manan. Korriban. Revan visited each of these worlds searching for clues to reveal the hidden location of the Starforge.
The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Starforge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause? To use their own knowledge against them?
That was when Malik fired on Revan's ship. The face markings are part of the mod that I downloaded for the face, but that's supposed to be my character if that wasn't clear.
You cannot hide from what you once were, Revan. Recognize that you were once the Dark Lord, and know that I have taken your place.
Pretty insane revelation, right? It's like a lot of implications. There are a lot of times like where I would screenshot something or I would go back and I would look at the dialogue on something because it was a direct reference to the fact that our character is Revan the entire time. And yeah, this is like the big plot twist of the game. Hopefully at least some of you watching any KOTOR playthrough, you know, weren't totally spoiled before you saw this. It's crazy though. It basically puts the whole story in a new light, and it makes learning more about who you were before all this even more interesting. And this whole revelation and Revan's whole journey, you know, first as a Jedi, then as a conqueror, then as kind of a Jedi again, and then you have the choice to decide where Revan's story goes. I think that's awesome. Like, there's never been such a legendary character that the audience has direct control over that person's destiny. You know, like this, you know, you get to decide what you do from here on out, you know, as you have the entire game, which is really awesome. Like, and we're not even, we still have lots of game left. It's not like it's about to be over, you know, so you have much time to make choices in the context of I am Darth Revan, which is awesome.
You do not yet remember, Revan. The Jedi set a trap. They lured us into battle against a small Republic fleet. During the attack, a team of Jedi Knights boarded your ship. The Jedi strike team captured you, and the Council used the Force to reprogram your mind. They wiped away your identity and turned you against your own followers.
That's pretty fucked up. The Jedi basically take you prisoner and they reprogram your mind and they wipe your memories, and all of the Force visions that you've been experiencing with Bastila are actually your memories that you were both seeing in real time. And each time you go to one of the planets, you get a little bit more of your memory back, so there's an extra motivation to be there aside from just collecting the MacGuffins to get to the Starforge. Because you guys don't even really know what the Starforge is yet, but it's pretty awesome. You'll see. I don't want to spoil much of it, but it's pretty cool. They're able to capture Revan, I believe, because Malik betrayed him and fired on his ship.
I helped them, Revan. I always knew that one day the title of Dark Lord would be mine. When the Jedi strike team boarded your vessel, I saw my day had come. I ordered my own ships to fire on your bridge. I thought I could destroy all my enemies with a single glorious victory. I never dreamed the Jedi would take you alive from the wreckage.
Yeah, that is pretty rough for Malik, because he was basically trying to betray me and kill the Jedi at the same time. He didn't think that, you know, Revan was going to be taken prisoner. Why would you betray your master? It's just what the Sith do. That's the only way you move up.
The Jedi are fools. They do not believe in executing prisoners. Originally, I assumed you had died in the battle. Imagine my surprise when I found out you were still alive, Revan. You mean, why did I betray you, Revan? You are the one who taught me the ways of the Sith. The strongest must rule if we are to survive. You knew I would one day challenge you for supremacy, but you underestimated me. I acted sooner than you expected and seized the Sith throne with a single brilliant stroke.
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning, I don't think they talk about this directly in the game, but the reason that Malik has like a mouthpiece is because Revan literally cut off like the bottom part of his face when they were sparring back in the day. Revan was an absolute savage. Revan is many things, you know. He was like probably one of the most powerful Jedi to ever exist. And then once he became a Sith, he was like all in on being a Sith, and you know, their battle is pretty cool. Somebody recreated it in Unreal Engine 5, I think. I'll have to show you guys a video of it. You know, I definitely would give credit to the original guy who made the video, because it's very cool, but I might have to send a link in the description or something. I know I didn't add a link to the Trouble with the Jedi Order video yet on one of the last videos. I'm going to find out which video that was and add the link.
It's true. I was part of the team sent to capture Revan, to capture you. When Malik fired on the ship, you were badly injured. We thought you were dead. Your mind was destroyed, but I used the Force to preserve the flicker of life in your body. I brought you to the Jedi Council. They were the ones who healed your damaged mind.
The Jedi Council didn't restore your wounded mind, Revan. They merely programmed it with a new identity, one loyal to the Republic. They tried to make you their slave. Forgiveness, Revan. You are weak. I was right to betray you. You are not fit to rule the Sith. A small part of me has always regretted betraying you from afar. I always knew there were some who would think I acted out of fear, that I did not want to face you. But now fate has given me a second chance to prove myself. Once I defeat you in combat, no one will question my claim to the Sith throne. My triumph will be complete.
It's kind of similar to, it reminds me of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, where you start the game as like a super busted, you know, version of Alucard that has like all the awesome gear, and he's like extremely powerful, and then you go back to being like a schmuck for a while. Like, that's kind of how this game is, because when Revan was captured, he was at like the height of his power, which kind of makes him look weak, to be honest. But you have to think, you know, Bastila is a pretty OP Jedi, and then also like Revan probably could have soloed that entire team of Jedi. The fact that they're all Jedi Knights doesn't make Revan look very good, to be honest, but he probably could have soloed all of them. I think it's reasonable to say, if Malik hadn't also betrayed him at the exact same time. I think that's kind of the justification for why Revan was able to be captured there, because he you know, he's pretty OP. He could have soloed those Jedi Knights. There were like 5 of them on Revan's ship. I don't know if Revan had, I don't believe he had any other apprentices or anything either, so he I don't know much about the context of what happened there, but honestly, it may have been a case of them weakening Revan for the sake of the plot, but I think the convergence of like the Jedi coming on board, Bastila having battle meditation being kind of OP, and then also Revan getting betrayed by Malak at the same time.
The Jedi Council were foolish to let you live. I won't make the same mistake. We shall finish this alone in the ancient Sith tradition. Master versus apprentice, as it was meant to be.
So at this point, Malak is definitely supposed to be more powerful than the player character. Strangely enough, it actually let me keep my buffs. So the best... Let's see here. What's the best stimulant that I could be running right now? If there was a way to, like, sort... Probably giving myself like multiple stims. I don't know if there's actually a downside to giving myself multiple stims. Powers. Oh no, you can't. That's hilarious. You can't even resist my force powers. You know, every other playthrough I've played of this game, Malak was able to resist all my force powers, but now that I'm going like full consular build, he can't even resist them. That's actually really cool. It's like a really good payoff for being consular, because in the past I was definitely trying to force his ass and he was resisting like all of them. But when you get your force, when you get your wisdom up to 30, I mean, God. It probably helps that the Circlet of Suresh, this item is busted. This just +5 wisdom is crazy. Yeah, I think new save time. Kind of crazy they even let you save during this. There he is. Come here, you bastard. This is a bit interesting that, okay, friend notifications, hyperadrenal strength. This time he resisted it. Can you do this for the second time? So my Revan definitely could have.
This isn't over, Malak.
Your friends do not give up easily, Revan. You always could inspire loyalty. But even the three of you together cannot stand against my power.
For the Jedi! I'll hold Malak off. You two get out of here. Find the Star Forge.
No, Bastila, he's too strong. No! The door's sealed. We can't get past. Come on, we have to get to the Ebon Hawk. Bastila doesn't stand a chance against Malak, but we can't help her. Not here. We have to get off the ship and find the Star Forge. That's the key to beating the Dark Lord. Bastila sacrificed herself so we could get away. We can't let her sacrifice be in vain. Come on!
That does kind of suck. We don't even have the option to help her. Yeah, the game kind of hard locks you not only into getting stunned by every one of Malak's attacks, but also forcing you to leave Bastila behind, which kind of sucks. It's interesting for what it does to the story, I will say. I don't think we can get through here. I'm just curious if there's anything else. Yeah. Anything that would lead you back to Bastila and Malak. Malak is going to be locked off. What? Can't even get back that way? How am I supposed to get out of here? Are you serious? Okay, so the central area there is where they're fighting, so you have to get around it? No, because that's locked too. Forces you to go past them. Yeah, we gotta get on out of here. But yeah, what did you guys think of the revelation? Let me know in the comments. Pretty huge plot twist, and for the time, this was considered like just crazy awesome storytelling. I think even if you saw it coming and you predicted this early or you got spoiled, I don't think it ruins the game at all, because from here the player character has so many options that they you know, you can go in any direction. This is probably the second time that it's going to force you to do the incoming fighters. It's like 2 mandatory incoming fighter sections, I think.
Incoming fighters!
We did have a mod that lets me skip this. Like, normally every other time you leave a planet, you have to do this minigame. Controls are wonky.
Where is Bastila? What happened on the ship?
We ran into Malak. He would have killed us, but Bastila sacrificed herself so we could get away.
You mean she's dead?
Bah, Malak won't kill her. Don't be foolish. He'll want to use her battle meditation against the Republic. Turn her to the dark side, and the Sith will always be victorious.
Not so fast. We've got a bigger issue to deal with here. They deserve to know the truth about you. Do you want to tell them what Malak said, or should I?
Oh, I will.
Revan? What are you talking about? Is this some kind of a joke?
No, it's no joke. The Jedi Council captured Revan and erased the Dark Lord's mind, programming in a new identity. Saul Kareth told me on the Leviathan, and Bastila confirmed it.
You're Darth Revan? This is big. Do you remember anything about being the Dark Lord? Just a few flashes. That's it. Nothing more? Then I don't think there's a problem. It seems to me that if you don't really remember anything about being Revan, then it doesn't really matter anymore. You are who you are now, right?
Of course it still matters. How do we know more memories won't come flooding back? How do we know Revan won't suddenly turn on us? The whole time we've been chasing after Malak, we've had his old Sith master right at our side, listening to our secrets, hearing our plans.
I think Karth is right to be like, what the fuck? I think it's awesome. Mission is like, you know, people could call her naive for this, but I think it's really cool. She's just like, well, hey, if you don't remember being Revan, then you're cool.
I don't see the Sith Lord standing here. I see a friend who's been with us through thick and thin. Remember, Malik's the one who tried to destroy Terrace.
Right. It's all part of the mission or my OGs.
Big Z and I will stick by you. We owe you our lives. We won't desert you now.
How can you say that, Mission? The Sith bombed my homeworld, Revan took away my family, and destroyed my life.
It was Sol Karath who commanded the fleet that attacked your people, Karth. And it was Malak who gave the order. You know this. I have felt the presence of the dark side in you, Revan, as it is in all of us. I know the dangers of that path, yet I also know the Fallen can be redeemed. I judge you by your actions. And as long as we have been together, I have seen you act as a servant of the light.
I mean, these two obviously don't care. T3's one of my day ones at this point.
What about me? I already knew who you were, though it wasn't my place to tell you. Better off that you know, if you ask me. Does it change anything? I'm not here to judge you. You'll do what you have to do, and I'll help if I can.
You defeated the Mandalore clans in the war, Revan. You were the only one in the galaxy who could best us. We had never met one like you before, and never since. How can you even ask if I'll follow you? Whatever you're fighting, it will be worthy of my skill. I'm your man until the end, Revan, no matter how this plays out.
I love Canderous. I like almost want to do a more evil playthrough, you know, like at some point in my life, just to have a reason to just bring HK and Canderous along and like nobody else. But it's so like antithetical to like why I like this game, because like I really enjoy the companions, and I really like that during the revelation a lot of them are like, hey, you know, we judge you by who you are now, not who you were. I think that's like, it's really cool. It's like my first time talking
I knew
to
the little guy would come through for you. Droids don't hold grudges.
It's true, they don't. C-3PO might have turned against you though.
Commentary. I am experiencing something unusual, Master. Answer. My programming is activating my deleted memory core. I believe I have a homing system that is restoring it, Master. Observation. My homing system is a function of my assassination protocols, that which I told you had been deactivated. This system was not. It seems that the homing system deliberately restores my deleted memory core upon returning to my original master. Affirmation. Correct, Master. Sith protocols maintain that all droid knowledge be deleted before assassination missions and restored upon return. I have returned to you, and my full functionality is now under your personal command. It is a distinct pleasure to see you again, Master.
Yeah, so that's actually why I mentioned repair being a somewhat important stat for the main character to take early on, is because if you have, I forget, it has to be a freaking high repair stat, but if you have a high enough repair stat earlier in the game, HK will just straight up tell you that you're Revan and that he was that you're his original master, which is really cool, but it's definitely a spoiler. So if you don't like get to the Leviathan, you know, and have the revelation there, it kind of spoils it way ahead of time, depending on how fast you get to high repair levels. There's obviously gear that you can use to get your repair a bit higher, so you don't have to commit all these points into repair. But yeah, in hindsight, I probably just shouldn't have taken repair on this playthrough. I could have had treat injury and persuade a bit higher. Skills are not super important in the first game, but they are a lot more important in the second game. I'm really excited for you guys to see the second game as well, because there are a lot of characters that end up showing up in the second game. Maybe not a lot. There are a couple. There are at least a couple that you'll see from the first game that show up, and it's very cool. I don't want to spoil anything, but there are some characters in this who play a good role in the second one, and I don't think it's going to be characters that you would necessarily expect.
Observation. Indeed. I do hope we shall have the chance to engage in combat together again soon, Master.
Wow. What are the chances of that happening?
Remember, we're talking about the Force here. At this point, Malik himself could drop out of the sky and I wouldn't bat an eyelash.
Good point.
Well, the others seem to trust you, and I don't see any other way that we can stop the Sith. And I suppose that Malik is the real enemy here. I really don't have any other choice, do I?
You're right, you don't have a choice. I'm in charge here. I mean, yeah, I definitely am.
I want to believe you. You've proven yourself time and time again during our mission, but this is a little much for me to wrap my mind around. This must be even more of a shock to you. I don't know how you even keep going. I guess we both just have to find a way to push forward. Don't worry. I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of my assignments or this mission, but don't forget, I've sworn an oath to defend the Republic. As long as this mission stays on course, I'll stick with you. But I won't let you betray the Republic under any circumstances. So I guess that's it then. We keep going. We've still got one more star map to uncover if we're gonna find that Star Forge and save Bastila, so let's do it before it's too late.
I think this has me flying to Yavin, or are we flying past it? Yeah, this is the Yavin station, that little thing right there. Pretty wild, pretty wild. Getting to the part of the game where it's there's just a lot going on. Anything could happen. It's arguably the, I don't know if you'd consider that the climax of the game or what comes next. But I think that's, I think it's awesome. I think the way they handled everything in this game is super cool. There's Jolie. I don't want to waste too much time here. I was trying to figure out where the damn workbench is. Done this how many times and I still have trouble finding it. That doesn't look like the armor I left him in. Oh no, it is, because when he saved us on the ship there, he had different armor. Oh, my crystals are out of my lightsabers? My crystals are not in one of my lightsabers. Yeah, you'll notice I didn't give Bastila one of my Jedi Master robes because I knew she was not going to be in our party the whole time. She is in your party for a large part of the game. Like, as you saw. It's better than nothing. I don't know what happened to my good crystals. I know those are not the good ones. Bastila's lightsaber was not even able to be upgraded. Oh, I equipped the wrong lightsaber. This isn't even... This is like an extra lightsaber. The one I was wearing, or I was using before, is this one. That makes a lot of sense. This is the one that I was supposed to be using. And already level 17, so only 3 levels left to gain on the next planets. We have 13k XP to get to. There's something that's giving me +7 awareness. It must be my gear. Yeah, that 4 repair was pretty useless. I shouldn't have done that. You've seen there are very few times where the repair stat actually matters at all. I will say in terms of armor... That one's not really... What does this do? This is like very, very slightly better armor. This has immunity to mind affecting, which is pretty neat. Then this one gives you stealth plus 8, so if you're planning on using mission, pretty useful. Kind of sucks we're missing the vibration cell. We can get that on Korriban, I think. I think the only planet that we can't go back to at this point is Dantooine because it was destroyed. It sucks we also don't have a scope. So we need a scope and we need a vibration cell if we wanted to upgrade. Yeah, we're still missing a lot of the good crystals. I think the second game has more crystal caves because I definitely remember there being more crystal caves to go and interact with. Those are not really what you want. Difficult. You do want him to have some kind of dex bonus. This also gives him strength. I mean, in terms of who we're most likely to take, Duhani's stats are not bad. I do kind of like the idea of taking Canderous. Plus, if you give him that +2 strength, he's actually getting up there. His constitution's still a little low. He's like a full 2 levels below me at this point, which kind of sucks. One of the things you'll notice is if you go over an equipment and then you get out of it while you're on the ship, it'll sometimes mistakenly apply it. Oh yeah, Chundar's bowcaster is actually a really good gun for him. It's like by far the best weapon I have for HK. Some people build HK as more of a melee build, but his constitution is so low, he's better served by just standing back and shooting stuff. I don't believe we're all the way up to light side. We have some opportunities going forward to do more light side stuff. The only quests we basically ignored were the Genoharadon, because if you are going for full light side, those just kind of slow you down. It's not that you can't do it, they just kind of slow you down. Sad. No Bastila. No Bastila. I bring these two because they're kind of the best ones that you can get. They're kind of the best ones you can get armor for and weapons for here. Zalbar's a scout. Yeah, you definitely want Master 2 weapon fighting. If you give him the cardio package, he gets the +3 bonus from Constitution, and then he's already almost there on Strength.
What?
I kind of want to give him better armor. Wish there was a way to see the weapon upgrades on a character in the menu. That'd be cool. I don't know if it auto sent us back to Yavin. Probably, because I think there are some players who would have... There's some players who never would have gone to Yavin yet. But you missed the opportunity to visit the place 3 different times. I think we tried to visit it 3 different times, because you have to visit it all 3 times to get the full stock.
Achua Penki.
What sucks is it looks like this doesn't count as a new time, because he has no new stock. Because if he did, all of the shit that we sold him would have been... Yeah, all the shit we sold him would have been gone from this inventory. Holy crap. Oh, maybe, because I don't recognize these. So maybe I'm wrong. There are a couple items in here that I don't recognize. The Beargwin assault gun. It's a heavy weapon. Is it better than Chundar's bowcaster? I don't think it is. Kind of weird that like the main vendor you can't even buy a basic like vibration cell or a scope from. Everybody who wants a robe kind of already has one, so that's gone. I like the aesthetic of the Dark Jedi robe, but we just don't need it yet. I don't know if we're going to need it at all, really. Zabrak combat suit, powered light battle armor. Yeah, the Durasteel kind of sucks because everybody uses dexterity except for Zalbar, and he can't wear this, and HK can't wear this. This is one of the better swords that you can just get, but you can't upgrade it at all. There's also the Krath double sword that I had Canderous using. Oh, the game just gives you Bastila's lightsaber. That's because she... Yeah, can't say. Can't say. These weapons kind of suck. Ordinary bowcaster. Sith assault gun, kind of not good. These aren't even upgradable. Usually if a weapon's not upgradable, it's not too good. Look how many concussion grenades. 39 concussion grenades. Those are pretty weak. You're at the point where you can like basically buy whatever you want. It's really frustrating. He didn't update his stock. I think the ones that I'm seeing here that are like a little different, like I don't even know what HK's upgrade class is. I don't know if it's at 3 yet or not, but this does give HK, if you were able to equip this to HK, it gives him heavy armor. You also have the unlimited uses. Unlimited uses stun ray, unlimited uses. So those are all pretty cool. I don't really know if there's anything else that we could sell that would like really throw us up there. I don't think anybody is going to be able to use that in my group. Unless I was just trying to sell all these lightsabers that I have. Which I definitely could. You don't need all these. So what happens if I just sell Bastila's lightsaber? Yeah, there's still a couple blasters we didn't even get rid of. These you can't even upgrade. There's probably an argument for giving one of these to still not very good. There's an argument for giving one of those to Mission, but I don't think it's a good enough weapon. Breath mask if you don't want to be poisoned. Pretty useless. I think that's fine. That does kind of suck because I wanted something new to give to
Sure.
What are the other armors here? That's really weird it didn't update. So this is upgradable, it gives you 100% immunity versus different things, but I don't know that that's actually good. Dex and strength. This feels like a trap. This gives Dex +2. Those are kind of nice. Obviously, these guys don't need them. Yeah, having a Wookiee in your party kind of sucks because there's no way to... Oh, this is actually slightly better than the upgraded blade here. That's funny. I just realized something. We had one of the Bear Gwyn assault blades before this, like on Canderous' person, and the game might have taken it away.
Sure.
There is a way to mod it back into the game with the save editor, because we definitely bought one of those last time. That's very weird. Alright. Let's not waste any more time. It's funny, if you click on Dantooine, you can't even go back there. This looks like the last planet, but it's not. go. Looks like it's in some kind of Sith ruin there. It's gonna feel so strange going to this planet without Bastila. You always kind of convene with her when you first go to a planet. You know, playing through this has made me want to rethink my rating that I gave Fable 1, like Fable The Lost Chapters. Because I was like, that game's a 7.5, and obviously scores out of 10 don't really matter a whole lot, it's just one person's opinion. But like, that feels like if we're talking about games that have flaws but are still enjoyable, I feel like they fit between the 6 and 7 range. And like, I don't know, I'd say Fable's probably closer to a 6.5 or a 7. If 10 is like it's a master class, I think Fable TLC is probably like a 7. Where I'm leaning so far with this one, I think this game has like a way better story. The level of interaction you have in the story, even if like sometimes the morality is a little black and white, like, clearly it's not in a lot of ways. You've seen us have to make complicated decisions and things. But, it makes me want to rate this higher than Fable The Lost Chapters, but, like, probably just below an 8. Because if I'm like, there's 2 entire points that are, like, if something's an 8 or a 9 or a 10, we're talking, like, very few, bugs. We're talking very few, you know, poorly developed systems, you know, and this game definitely has a lot of those with its age. But I think that it offers so much more. It's so much more than the sum of its parts, and like the entire experience is just awesome. I don't want to give like a final score to it yet, but if I had to do it again, I'd probably give Fable a 7. This would be above Fable, I think. It has a better... It just kind of has a better story in some ways. In like every way, to be honest. I like Fable's story. I think it's like apples to oranges in some ways. See, I'm thinking we could take Jolie, and I'm like questioning that now. Because like I kind of want to bring Canderous. I know we have to bring Karth because his son is on this planet. My worry is that if we bring someone who's not a Jedi, it might be difficult. If we bring Zalbar, he's not going to say anything on this planet. We haven't really gotten any triggers with Juhani, and I honestly don't really care.
Nice to see the Hawk still in one piece. Beauty of a ship, that. Ah, I've seen this little ship before plenty of times. Used to make runs for the Exchange, didn't it? Korriban's nice and remote. The kind of place the Exchange likes. You don't need to worry about me saying anything. I don't give a whit what you do with your ship. Smuggling's what the Hawk was made for, though. Oh, nobody special. I just do the routine maintenance work for the ships that come in. You sure? Not much. It's a pretty barren planet, to tell the truth. Not of much interest to anyone. Unless you're a Sith, I guess. They seem to think this place is something special. Probably all them ruins they found on the surface. That's the reason they built their academy here, I guess. To dig all them ruins up.
Yeah, there are a lot of Sith ruins on this place.
There's people that come here from all over Sith space to try and join the academy. Most of them die, I hear. Pretty gruesome business, that. You don't. Not unless you're a Sith in the academy. They're the only ones allowed on the surface. They pay Zerka to ship things in and out, I guess, but that's all closely monitored. I don't know. There's all kinds of hopefuls in the colony trying to get in. Why don't you ask one of them? A star map? You mean like a navigation chart? If them Sith found a star map in those ruins, nobody's ever mentioned it. Yep, take care now.
You have to get through the Sith monastery? Is that like the Sith Academy? I was thinking I should have brought Juhani because I think she does have a trigger that might happen here. I haven't actually used Juhani in a while anyway. I dislike Juhani's voice most out of all the characters, but I'm going to try not to let that affect my judgment. Obviously, she's still a cool character. Giving herself 4 speed is not bad. Feats. She probably has enough levels to get Master 2 weapon fighting. At the moment, there's not. Yeah, the penalty for chance to hit is actually not terrible with her right now. It does feel a little weird to give her a sword, but that's like the other best item I have for her. I think what I want to do, I wanted to demonstrate the Sith, the save editor really quick, just to show how it works. So if I close out of the game really quick and then go to desktop. This little thing opens up, and then you can actually access whatever save you want. So we're looking for the one that has the most hours here. I don't know if there's a... Yeah, time played 24:35, 25:38, 25:12, 24:39. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. I think it's this one? Or no, it would have been a more recent save. Yavin Station, Leviathan Hangar, Leviathan Bridge. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be the one on the Ebon Hawk. It's 25:20, last quick save. Okay. Yeah, this one, this is the one. So you can go to NPCs, Canderous, equipment. He's going to have like different items. What you want to do actually instead of going to Canderous is you want to go to just equipment in general. Yeah, go to inventory rather. And I have to figure out what the... Yeah, I do believe we only found one so far. So, I think the game took it away, but you clearly saw earlier in the game that we bought one. So now if we load this save right here, it should pop up in inventory. Yep. The only thing that sucks is we're going to have to take apart one of our own swords just really quick. We cannot enter the Ebon Hawk while in combat. I don't believe we're actually in combat though. So if we take the mods off of one of our swords and then we give the blade to somebody else... I do believe that is supposed to be the most powerful sword. 10 to 40, yeah. Yeah, that is insane. 13 to 43. So if you have a guy who can really use the blade, then it goes crazy. Funny enough, this double sword seems better than if we let him have this sword and... because this does 10 to 19. This does 12 to 22 if we just give him the double blade. It's really funny because if you give him this, it's just like way better than his lightsaber. But yeah, if you're trying to have him do like crazy damage, giving... See, I don't want to give it to him because I never take him with me. He is probably the best candidate for the blade because he has 27 strength right now because he's under Force Valor. But like, come on. Like he's got to be the least interesting companion to take with me. Now, obviously, I could give it to myself, but I kind of want to give it to a character who could benefit the most from it. And I feel like out of all of them, you have to have like a big weapon proficiency to take that. I was also going to give a couple of better... I think he already has proficiency. I don't want to waste a lot of time on this. The Baragwin Flamethrower and the Baragwin Shield Disruptor and the Stun Ray are probably better because they're like permanent. Still don't have a level 3 shield. There was some point where we could have bought one. So if we are taking Karth, we definitely want this one. Gives him better stats. Yeah, this armor is just a straight upgrade to what he was using already. Okay, then Nerve Amplifier, maybe not as good as... I mean, it's cool he has immunity to mind affecting. That might actually be relevant on this planet because a lot of Sith are probably going to try to use Force on us. Juhani's going to get a Jedi Master Robe, which is going to help with her a lot. Oh, that's a good shield. That's probably that's better than all the shields. Holy shit. I'll give that to my own guy. Let's put that on. We just don't have that many good implants yet, which is unfortunate. Look at my dex. Dex is down to nothing. Alright. Quick save. Get back out there. I think it's very likely we do take those two. Although I kind of want to see what Canderous says here. I don't know. I'm torn. I kind of don't care about Juhani. Kind of want to bring Canderous. His outfit is so ugly. See, if we're bringing him, then we got to give him a good sword, right? It's just that this sword is so bad. The dueling shield might actually be more useful for him here. This gives him saves to both.
Uh-huh. Sure.
It's kind of better. Okay. I think we're okay with this. We'll see what happens. There is a trigger where you meet, where you like see Juhani's slavers, like the people who enslaved their family. You actually see them, but I don't really care. Not that I don't care about Juhani, but you know how it is. I don't need to see every little bit of side content.
Ikukuno no ba mulira.
I am the Dark Lord of the Sea.
Ta kunjus tak miki grabelmogo. Kachichu. Ke puna. Bunana chi gratulo da. Bograshi oniu. Ronda di hotonga kunha. Ta bis tu bonko koki bakbaka. Ching palachiska kuyami jus chikata na patogaya. Manaman otota. Hakiju kratam tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita ka chikun ita haldong. Tong abom sha umni. Kavadumpa ku palia mukapata. Tolpa da bongwale gando nangu chuchut. Kavadum ku pelio.
Nikadoran.
Witam tong abom sha
Special merchant.
Chipedwanani bobo. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Chipedwanani bobo. Tonk nabung. Kuyami jus kachita naipatoga. Ui. Itanad. Kuyami jus kachita.
That's right.
Tone podo. Much.
No, that is the wrong answer. Again, you pathetic hopefuls can't possibly all be this stupid, can you?
Watawama mulira.
I'm no master.
We'll do
yet,
anything to
but I
get
like
into the
sound
academy.
of that. All right, one more question. A lot of you is trying my patience. All right, let's say you become a Sith and I am your commanding officer. I give you an order to spare the life of an enemy. Do you do it?
No.
Of course, Shaldan. Anything you command us.
We would never oppose you.
No. Do you honestly believe that the Sith are in need of such sniveling cowards? Mercy is a weakness. If your leader shows weakness, it is your duty to kill him and show true authority, true power. That is why the Sith are strong. No, you don't understand, and you probably never will. You wouldn't survive 5 seconds in the academy. The other students would tear you apart. Bah! I can't be bothered with fools. Perhaps I should... You, Jedi! You're looking to get in the academy, are you not? Well, of course you are. Why else would you be here? Let me pose a question to you. These hopefuls will never survive in the academy. A lesson must be taught here, but I am at a loss as to what form it should take.
Oh, this is rich.
I wasn't talking to you. I'm thinking to spare them the effort of being killed and do it myself. Perhaps I shall turn their skin inside out.
Or force lightning, yes. It's a most impressive display. Or perhaps a bit of humiliation is in order. I could easily strip off their tunics and make them run through the colony. Or they could lose all control of their bodily functions. What do you think? I just can't seem to decide.
We didn't do anything. Please, help us.
Silence! It's not what they did so much as what they didn't do, which is prove themselves worthy. I'm exhausted from dealing with their mulings, so please decide for me, will you? Let them go? And what could possibly convince me to do that?
Killing them is wrong, you know that.
I suppose not, but you're as boring as they are. Fine, fine, go on, all of you. Hopefully you've learned something here.
Would have been kind of entertaining to see them all get wrecked or have to go through the colony like without clothes, but you know, we're light side on this playthrough, so we're very close to max light side, which means that I do believe we get a stat bonus, but I'm not 100% positive on that. Kind of bold not to bring any force sensitives with me on this planet.
You fought in the Mandalorian Wars, didn't you? We may have faced each other in combat. What battles were you in?
I try not to think about my past battles too much. The horrors of war are something I'd rather not relive.
The horrors of war? My people know only the glory of battle. I'm disappointed in you, Karth. I thought a warrior like you would understand.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna pause this. Alright, back to it.
I'm not a warrior. I'm a soldier. There's a difference. Warriors attack and conquer. They prey on the weak. Soldiers defend and protect the innocent. Mostly from warriors.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. But I accept who and what I am. I don't have to justify it with words. Victory in battle is my justification.
Justification through victory. So what happens when you lose? You know, like you did against us.
You had us outnumbered 5-1. You had more ships, more troops, more supplies, and the Jedi on your side. And we still made the Republic tremble before we fell.
Nice speech. I bet you tell yourself that every night so you can sleep. I don't want to talk about this anymore, Canderous. The war is over. You lost.
Nice rebuttal, Karth.
Uchua Penki, Tony Tuama Chaubaso, Gino Mo. Nikava Dubaka. Jiska Dosoki, Kopa Bono Nakachu, Chiwi Aita Baba Hasa. Just Cronky to Patslimo, Chiwi Aita Kachon Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Kakinja Nawabagaon.
A little bit of tongue-in-cheek there. Oh, this is one of the better pistols. This actually might be worth dropping some money on. Yep. There was also Cassis Fett's armor at some point, but I don't think it had a high dex bonus. And then the Krath Warblade. Oh, I had the Krath Double Blade or something. Pretty average stock though. We give this to Karth. I think this is... interesting. So Bendex Blaster is already better than that one, but...
Sure.
Interesting. Transit's disabled, but if we really quickly go back onto our ship, we can use the workbench and take the mods off of either Karth's Blaster or Bendex Blaster. So with no mods, this is 2 to 7 plus nothing really. This is the same blaster, but it has +1 attack modifier. This is already 4 to 11 damage, +3 attack modifier, 25% chance to stun on hit for 6 seconds, difficulty class 10. This is the one that you want to juice, I think. We just need another scope. I wish I had bought a scope earlier on. Then this is the other blaster that's worth throwing some points into. This just gives you 1 attack bonus, so actually the real parts that matter are these two. So you do that, and then you give Karth Cassius Fett's heavy pistol as his main pistol. And then, yeah, Bendax Blaster as the other one, I think. No, it's still worse. Even with the upgrades, this is still better. Wow. Okay. Kind of weird that one of the best pistols you don't even have to put upgrade parts into. Yeah, I was considering bringing a Jedi, but my worry if we bring Mission is that she's not so good outside of stealth. I know we spent like thousands on her, but we don't even really need to use her. Plus right now, my guy's very close to hitting maximum light. So unfortunately in KOTOR 1 you can't change the morality of your companions. You can in KOTOR 2. You can change. I don't know if the light and dark thing goes up and down. I think it does. I'm not sure if they get Jedi or Sith mastery in the second one, but yeah, so now pretty high stats across the board. This armor is ugly and it bothers me. But the extra point to strength is nice for Karth or for Canderous to have.
What? Sure.
Look here, my dear friends. We have some newcomers to the colony, led by a Jedi, no less. I don't believe I've seen any of them before, have you?
I hate Jedi, and these fallen ones are worse. They always get into the academy, and they think they're better than the rest of us.
You should turn around and move along, kid. You don't want the trouble we'd give you.
Smart-mouthed newcomers, to boot.
Looks pretty fresh to me, Lasho.
That's what I thought. Well, stranger, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not, but here on Korriban, the Sith do as they please. And we are Sith. Quite literally, whether you live or die depends upon our whim. What do you think of that, hmm? Oh, neither do I. I simply stated a fact. Do you know how many Sith there are in Dresde?
Not enough to save your sorry self.
Enough to crush this fool! Let's do it, Lasho.
Now, let's not be hasty. Perhaps our friend here could yet offer up some amusement. What do you say? Amuse us. Make us laugh, and we might just consider allowing you to live.
So many options.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll just have to see about that, won't we?
It looks like this one's not afraid of you at all, Lasho.
Are you going to let us be insulted?
Oh, get over yourself already. I'm tired of this.
Yeah, this one's got some backbone at least. Let's go.
Fine. I'll deal with you later.
I can't wait to get back to the core systems. Most of the merchants head over to Zerka's headquarters if they want to do some trading.
Greetings. You've heard of that awful business on Idian, yes? Our
Idian was
corporate
their name
outpost
for
there has been
Kashyyyk.
destroyed by the Wookiee savages. This could put back the use of Wookiee labor considerably. We may even have to abandon the planet completely. Ah, well, what can you do? Sorry. Was there something you needed? We do some mining here, and are responsible for local shipping and support of the Sith on Korriban. Our starport is mostly just freighters and such. But we do get many travelers that come here to learn from the Sith. This office is actually our administrative headquarters for this region. Rather inauspicious, isn't it? We offer good prices here to those traders that keep the colony supplied. If you're in need of anything, this is the place to come. You certainly can.
XR Coon's light battle suit. War suit. Heavy combat suit. Krath holy battle suit. Not upgradable. Powered battle armor. Heavy battle armor. Ocular enhancer gives dex +1. I think regeneration was considered bad in this game. Like, it wasn't very powerful. That dex +1, we'll probably take that. What's the best armor that they're selling right here? Kind of weird to me that, like, the heavy armor is the same stats as the medium. I guess this one's a lot cheaper. If we care about the +1 to strength, then that might be... He already has +1 to strength.
Aren't you the human who won the swoop race on Manan? It is an honor to have you in our office. You, sir.
I think this armor all sucks. Which is a shame. The stealth unit's definitely better than, I think I'll buy 2 of those. It's better than what Juhani has on. It's better than what Mission has on. I just never use stealth, but I'm still, like, trying to outfit them with cool stuff. It makes no sense. None of this armor is even upgradable, so it feels kind of bad. Yeah, the armor he has on now is, like, basically the same thing. That just pushes him up a little bit higher in dexterity.
What?
Kind of looks ridiculous, but... And when you add... Yeah, his dex gets crazy high. He's still, like, the most, like, fairly statted in terms of, like, none of his stats are really that high.
I've had 2 friends killed by the Sith already. It must be some kind of test. I'll survive and make it in...
Oh, entertainment can be found at the local cantina, provided by Zerka, of course.
I suppose you've heard about the destruction of Taurus, yes? Certain. Zerka sends freighters to the surface every now and again to ferry artifacts to the core. The men are not allowed out of their ships, however, as only Sith are allowed on the surface. Well, all I know is that they call the site the Valley of the Dark Lords. Apparently, there are Sith lords of old buried in tombs there. I don't know anything else. Neither will you, I'm sure. Only the Sith students are allowed access to the site. Duke...
The cantina's right here.
Ujua Benki, Tong Hidwama Aki Inko Tune, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha. Just Cronky to Patslimo.
I presume. No, I definitely killed him.
Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Kakinja Nawabakaon, Nikawa Dubaka, Patisa. Kava, yun. Tanghi mama ji aki chachiska. Topa na oto vokasa.
Let him try. Let him try. I don't really need the money, and I probably get dark side points for selling them spice.
Pichage boran. Achua pengti. Yun. Smith. Uchua pengki. Tong hitwama aki inko tune. Jiska dosoki. Kopa bono nakachu. Chiwa aita kan kicha na. Inko ka. Kimba ni cha. Jiska dosoki. Kopa bono nakachu. Kimba no kun.
Dragon Kalta's power suit. Dominator gauntlets. Holy shit, look how expensive these are. It's +5 strength for that. Oh my god. I mean, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I didn't realize they were going to hike up the prices so much, or I probably would have. Fuck, I only have enough money to buy like 2 things here. Well, that sucks. Honestly, I don't really need most of these. I do want a scope. I do need a vibration cell. Holy shit. Yeah, this guy sells some good stuff. If I buy something here, I probably don't have the credits to buy something later. Oh yeah, I bought this mask before. Gives you +2 to all saves. I don't really think it's that good, to be honest. I think when you fight Malik again, he can use the force on you. The Dominator gauntlets are tempting. See, this is upgradable, but for the money, I mean,
Human act in Ikatune. Kakinja nawabagaon. Achua pengti. Yun pati. Uba baska duana chicho. Chiwa aita kan kiji. Uchua. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Tangi tuama ji human act ka skronki to patslimo.
Those are tempting. This is also tempting. I don't know if I even have implant level 3. I don't. Both these guys do. I already have a cardio power system in this guy's head. I mean...
Uh-huh. Yes?
Uchua penki. Chobas. King.
Yeah, you don't really get a lot for what you have. Not unless you go back to Yavin. If I give Karth this, he loses a lot of constitution, but he becomes like a god at dexterity. That gives him +1 dex. This gives him +3 dex. This would give him another 4 dex.
Sure.
Okay. I think that's what we're gonna buy. It does suck because that is a lot of money. But he's got a pretty high dex stat now, and once I give him Master Valor, he's going to be up higher.
Uh-huh. Yes?
So assuming Master Valor is on like all the time, now you got 2+7 bonuses. Still nothing too crazy with this guy. Oh, it's because his fucking armor. So you need something that gives him like high dex bonus, otherwise that was a waste of money. Fuck. Oh my god. Is there anything that gives him a high enough dex bonus to where it like where it could offset that? That's so bullshit. So he could have like the highest dex in the world, but if he doesn't have armor that matters, then it's just a waste. That kind of bothers me. Why did they design it like that? So that means we just wasted our money. Yeah, I'd rather not waste my money. Okay, so take this off and put on... I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because he hits +5, he can't get higher than that. He's already at +3. So let's assume we took off all of the things that give him more dex. With Force Valor, he's still at his +5 cap. Which means these are actually bad. Interesting. So that means you want him to have this so that his dex doesn't suck. Or his constitution doesn't suck, rather. That is such a backward system. Because we bought this ocular enhancer and it's actually worse because it doesn't even give him saves. He's better off having this.
What?
Uchiwa Penki. Don't hit Wama Aki Chiwi I. Just cronky. Chiwi Kakne. Uchiwa Penki. Chachiska. Topa na otobo kasa.
1,000 credits is probably not enough to sway me there.
Uchiwa Penki.
Alright. Yeah, so that sucks. I didn't realize the dexterity cap means that you're not actually getting anything from having the really, really good dexterity gloves. That is like very questionable design. They probably thought giving a character more than +5 dex was going to be too good. Aside from Jedi. But even Jedi, the robes cap out at +8 dex bonus, according to what I read online. It's a really fucking stupid system, but I don't think we can buy better armor. Probably the best thing you can buy is this cardio power system. Yeah, giving any character +4 to Constitution is going to help them survive. I would give it to my own character if I could, but I don't have implant level 3 anyway. Yeah, now they're both getting a decent bonus to Constitution.
Sure.
That's bizarre. That is just like super bizarre. So you're like incentivized to not even take dex above a certain level because it doesn't matter. I am tempted to buy the strength gloves. Also going to buy all of the upgrades for weapons and things just in case I need them. This also gives +2 dex, but don't need it as previously mentioned. That's probably fine. Talk to this guy, even though we already did.
I've had 2 friends killed by the Sith already. It must be...
Dude, that looks pretty sweet. I know the skybox isn't the highest quality, but I feel immersed right now. It's pretty awesome. Sorry for deliberating in the menu so long. It's like trying to figure out what I want my guys to have is kind of difficult sometimes. I am going to stop this part here so we don't get too high on time. Thanks for watching so far. I'll be back.